Hello, welcome back to AGB Art. In tonight's video, it is the second part of my absolute beginner's guide to how to play American Mah Jongg. If you enjoy the video, please press the thumbs up. Tonight, we're going to be learning to read the American Mah Jongg card. It is best to order your Mah Jongg card from the National Mah Jongg League. A new card comes out about March or April of every year. Let's review some vocabulary from the last video. A pair is 2 matching tiles. A pung is 3 matching tiles. A kong is 4 matching tiles. A quint is 5 matching tiles. Remember, you have to use a joker. The red dragons go with the cracks, the green dragons go with the bams, and the white dragons or the soaps go with the dots. Now you might see this on the card and wonder, what the heck is that? Well, it's the year, 2024. The soap is used as a 0 here. It is not matching or unmatching as part of the suit. It is just a 0. There are 2 types of hands. Exposed, which means you can pick up a discard, or concealed or closed, which means you cannot pick up a discard. On your Mah Jongg card, you will see them marked as either X or C. And on my card, I highlight the concealed hands so I can try to avoid them. Okay, the 2024 card categories are these. First up, we have the year 2024. You're going to have some hands with those numbers 2s and 4s and 0s. The second is 2, 4, 6, 8. Those will be hands with only those numbers in them. The third is any like numbers. That's when you have numbers that match. And interesting this year, we have addition hands where the numbers add up to 7. We have quints next. Remember, you have to use a joker for a quint. And next we have the consecutive run. It's probably easiest to make a hand in the consecutive run. It means numbers that go together. Next we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's usually those numbers only, odd numbers. Next we have the winds and the dragons. And then the 3, 6, 9 category, also those numbers only. And lastly, the singles and pairs, which are very difficult to get, and for 2024, all of those hands are closed or concealed. Okay, I have made up a hand for each of the categories to teach you how to make the hands. First up, we have the 2024 hand, and this is a hand that, again, I made up. This is not on the card. We're looking for 3 flowers, and remember, the numbers don't have to match, the seasons don't have to match. They are just flowers. The 0s are the soaps or the white dragons. We need a pung or 3 soaps. Next, we're going to make the year. It does not matter what suit it is. I have picked the dots. That means for the kong at the end of the hand, it cannot be dots. It's got to be a different suit because it is marked in the color red. It's a different color. So I have 3 flowers, 3 zeros, 2, 0, 2, 4 in dots, and then a Kong of 2 cracks on the end. I could also do this. I could use bams on the end. It just has to be different from the suit that was 2024. Now let's look at the 2468 with another made-up hand. I'm showing you that the 2s and the 8s are both in green. Therefore, they have to be the same suit. The 4s are a completely different suit, as are the 6s. We're going to be using all 3 suits. I'm going to put up a Kong, or a set of 4, 2 cracks. I've chosen the dots for my 4s. And bams for my 6s. So for my 8s, they have to be the same suit as the 2s. They must be 8 cracks. Now I'm going to show you a different way to do the hand. I still used cracks for the 2s and the 8s, but I transposed and I've got 4 bams and 6 dots. This is also right. Okay, any like numbers, they don't have to be 1s. They could be 3s or 5s or 7s, whatever you want to use. I need 2 flowers, and I'm using a pung of 2 cracks. Now if I'm using cracks, which dragon do I need? You're right, I need the red dragons. I need a pair of red dragons. Now the next Kong has to be different from cracks because it's printed in red. And I've chosen 2 dots. My last pung of dragons cannot match, so it must be green dragons. Do you see how the dragon is printed in blue? It means it cannot match the cracks or the dots. Okay, there's a multitude of ways to do this hand. Here's a different way to do it. I've got 2 cracks, again, with the matching dragons, which are red, but this time I've got a Kong of 2 bams. So the dragon can't match bams or cracks, it must be soap. Next we have the addition hands, again made up. You can see all the numbers are one color, so that means they all have to be 1 suit. I've got 2 flowers. They also have to be this number. I've got a Kong of 2 bams, which means I must have a Kong of 4 bams, which means I must have a Kong of 6 bams. Could I have done all of this in cracks or dots? Yes, definitely. Okay, next up are the quints. That's 5 flowers, 5 dragons, and 4 numbers. You have to have jokers for this. The dragons and the numbers cannot match. So I've picked soaps, which means my numbers cannot be dots. Remember, in order to have 5 of the soaps and the bams, I have to use a joker. I will be doing a separate video on how to use jokers. In this video, I'm purposely not using jokers for the hands. I will show you how to use jokers in my Joker video. In the consecutive run, I've got 1s and 2s printed in green. Now remember, it doesn't have to be 1 and 2. It could be 3 and 4, 5 and 6. The 3s and the 4s are printed in red, which means a different suit from 1 and 2. And the dragons will be completely unrelated to the numbers. So I have a pung of 4 bams and a pung of 5 bams. I've got a pung of 6 dots and a pung of 7 dots. What color dragon am I going to use? Bams, dots. What color dragon? If you guessed red dragon, you would be correct. Remember, the red dragon goes with cracks, and I didn't use cracks. One, 3, 5, 7, 9 category. We're looking at using 2 suits here. The 1s, the 5s, and the 9s will be the same suit. The 3s and the 7s will be a different suit. Here I've managed to do it with dots. My 1s, my 5s, and my 9s are dots. My 3s and my 7s are bams. In the winds and dragons category, north and south are paired together, east and west are paired together. So here we're looking at a hand with 4 flowers, a pair of norths, and then a pair of souths, and 2 consecutive numbers, but they have to be different suits. I've got 4 flowers, a pair of norths, a pong of 2 cracks, my pair of souths, and a pong of 3 bams. In the 3, 6, 9 category, you have to use 3 6s or 9s. And in this hand, I've got a pair of 3s and a pair of 9s, and dragons, all the same color, so they all have to match. And then 3s and 9s and dragons in red, so different suit, but the dragons match. Here is one way to do it. I have a pair of 3 cracks, and that means the red dragons, and a pair of 9 cracks, and then I have a pair of 3 dots, which means soap or white dragon, and a pair of 9 dots. The last category is singles and pairs, and I usually don't play it because it's concealed. I've got 5 flowers and then the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, all in the same suit. And then I have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 in a different suit. So that means, which dragon would I play that does not match any of these numbers? If you guessed green dragon, you would be correct. Now I know it seems so confusing, but once you start playing, you will pick up on this. So for the remainder of this video, I'm going to put up some made-up hands, and you're going to put the hands up with your tiles at home and let's see if you can get them correct. Okay, our first practice hand is any two suits, these numbers only. And you'll start with 4 flowers. I've got my 4 flowers. I have 2s and 4s using the BAM suit. And my 6s and 8s are cracks. Any two suits, any consecutive numbers matching dragons. Here I have 2 flowers. I have the numbers 1, 2, 3 in dots. So my matching dragon is soap or white dragon. And then I have 1, 2, 3 in BAMs. So my matching dragons are going to be green. Here's another way to make this hand. It says any 3 consecutive numbers, and so here I have done 3, 4, and 5. There are 73 hands printed on the card with over 1,600 combinations. That's why it's important for you to have the card in front of you while you play. I hope you enjoyed the video and you'll practice at home on your own. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll know when the next video comes out. Thanks for watching.